Let me talk to him. Let me talk to him. Let it rain. Let me talk to him. Come on.
It don't matter who you are, you still gonna get this work. You thought I was gonna duck this song because my work. Y'all must be crazy because I'm bad, man, and I barely broke 90, man. I got low, man. I'm so incredibly bad at fantasy football. I barely broke 90. Scoring at 100 is under 100 is embarrassing. I am so bad. I am so bad. So Andrew got low. He got real low. He got real low. He got real low. Oh, wow. Can you imagine someone as bad as me? Who doesn't break 100? Who doesn't break a holy cow? Can't see anything. Good grief. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, trash bags, finesses. It is him. Who would I be without playing this? Had to give you guys a little bit of something. Can't leave y'all hanging. You know, I got low, man. What can I say? This is 2 weeks ago. My work gave me the runaround the last 2 weeks. I got tortured, like, to the tune of, like, 50 hours on my dome. And it was just crazy, nasty, heinous work. But in the background, I have this playing because new podcast, new channel. Kudos to Cheese and his inability to provide the credentials for the old channel. It's insane. I got a new phone, so no more crack. We're in the game. No crack. We new channel, new name. Gibbs is the banner. All is right in the world. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, finesses. We are back. Week 7 review. Going into week 8, we are here. I am so thrilled to be back. Last week, like I said, I just got absolutely just castrated with my job. It was really not fun at all. Watching most NFL teams will not be fun at all. But we'll just jump right in because this is going to be now. Granted, this is going to be a little bit of last week, a little bit of this week, going bouncing off each other. So if I say something crazy, think, hey, this might have happened 2 weeks ago. And if you don't like it, Wage, I don't care. I don't. Now, we're under a new regime. This is my channel. I'm no longer shackled by Cheese's hatred for me and this rest of this group. Storyline number 1. Flacco was traded midweek. I'm to the point with Joe Flacco. You tell him it's Wednesday, right? It's Wednesday right now at 6:06. Tell him Wednesday at 7. Get on a plane to go. I don't know who needs a quarterback. Houston, let's say. I need you in Houston tomorrow morning. Practice starts at 9. Give that man an Excedrin, a Red Bull, a red-eye one-way ticket to Houston. 48 hours to prepare, 2 receivers with a pulse, and a slight paycheck. Watch what happens. Let him cook. Now, granted, being behind the offensive line in Cincinnati, he literally might be safer in Gaza, but that's another conversation. But Flaccid on the move. And Mike Tomlin, he knew it. He knew it because he said, why would y'all trade to an in-division opponent? This is why. They got absolutely torched last Thursday night. It was actually really embarrassing, but kudos to Jalen Warren for being a part of the stampede in which Calder had to endure for 72 hours at the hand of the trash bag and Andrew Gibbs and his band of misfits. Storyline number 2. You can't spell Cam Scatabo without CTE. I mean, this dude is truly out of control. Literally, cocaine sniffs him to get high. The fact that this dude was holy cow. Hold on 1 second. I got a cop right here. He is like, hold on. Holy cow. I wish y'all could have seen that. Look, wait. You see that? Look at that guy. He's trying to, look. My man's trying to be a part of, he's trying to be a part of the movement for the Trash Bag Podcast. The No Cheese and Gravity Podcast. Okay. Anyway, the fact that this dude was a 4th round pick shows me all I need to know about the NFL GMs and scout teams, right? This camera, I gotta say, you Android glazers, this camera's pretty fire, I gotta say. But then again, I'm just very handsome. The storyline number 3. Overseas games are habitually a bad product. I mean, 2 weeks ago you had Denver and the Jets. I mean, what are we trying to shrink the game or grow the game? Because that's a great way to diminish the game by sending such a pathetic product over there. I mean, honestly, that's the worst thing America has done to the British since 1776. It was really disgusting to send those 2 teams over there. And trust me, I'll be touching on the Jets later on. Storyline number 4, the Colts look really dangerous. No Nissan Altima on being really dangerous. You know, what can I say? The coach looks good. Pause. The Daniel Jones. The fact I'm sitting here recording a video saying Daniel Jones looks like an MVP candidate. What world are we in? I'm done with this. And honestly, Jonathan Taylor at this point, I know the MVP is essentially a quarterback award. Give him the MVP. This is nuts. Kudos to Evan for putting all his ill will toward Jonathan Taylor and his camp behind him. Now he's getting a 30-piece spotted every single week, so kudos to him. And finally, storyline number 5, bye weeks are like buttholes. We all have them. I'm tired of people not trading because of, oh, well, I have this bye week. Oh, well, I have this bye week. Oh, well, I have this bye week. I sort of get if somebody else has a bye week, and then I'm saying, like this week, for example, I have Gibbs who's on a bye week. If I go up to somebody who just got off a bye week who's a similar player, let's say Bijan, like I wouldn't expect Galt to give Bijan for Gibbs at this juncture, right? Maybe next week. You know, but like there's circumstances, but to say that you have to you're basing your entire premise and foundation of your season on the fact that you're dealing with bye weeks is just criminal, demented work, honestly, in my opinion. But anyway, we're into NBA, we're into college football. I'm gonna do quick touches up on them. No Jeffrey Epstein, and those won't be super long. Sit that one out. Teams are college football. This has honestly turned into the Penn State bash sesh. But as 20-point favorites against unranked teams, every other team is 67-0 this year. Penn State is 2-2. I mean, what in the world are we doing? It is honestly, at this point, let me clean the camera here. It is honestly, at this point, it's coaching malpractice. It's ill-advised, unwarranted Drew Aller glaze. I'm not going to sit here and allow that to continue happening. I don't know. But anyway, let me see here. And NBA, first night of the season. I mean, honestly, SGA spent more time at the free throw line than Justin Fields spends on the ground. And I'm going to go over a waiver wire and trade review and then hit crazy facts, and then we'll go from there. So waiver wire review, Orandre Gadsden and Kyle Monangai went for $52 combined. I mean, it's honestly crazy work at this point. And then we had a George Kittle and Chuba Hubbard trade for Bill and Mason Taylor. Skeet dropped Mason Taylor expeditiously to the tune of spending $40 on Orandre Gadsden, who he already has, and he already has Quentin Johnston. But I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell somebody else that they don't know how to draft, right? That's not what I do. Honestly, most of you don't know how to draft, though. But that's another conversation. And I mean, honestly, with this trade, George Kittle, he stays hurt. But honestly, I'm just waiting for him to do his 15-point game, and I'm gonna drop it off. I'm gonna put him on Alex's doorstep like Christmas to a 5-year-old. And Hubbard, honestly, I don't think. Do I think he's as good as Dowdle? I might not, because Dowdle's looked really solid. Pause. But I also like to follow the money, because they really paid Chuba Hubbard I think, what was it, like $30 million or something like that. So my man kind of got a loaded bag this season. Calling it a Colombian cartel on having loaded bags. But that was kind of my thought process. Talent and money is kind of where I'm going with this. And as far as Bill, opportunity is how I feel. I love Bill. I love opportunity with players, but I also think that the opportunity here for Bill is going to be slightly diminished because Jaden Daniels isn't going to play, and their next 3 games are kind of tough in my opinion. But that's another conversation. I'm not going to sit here and justify myself to 7-8 people who are below me in the standings. Let's see. And crazy facts. Teams are 1,670-0, being up 19-0 with 10 minutes or less left in the game. That now is 1,670-1. Kudos to Brian Dable and Prevent Defense. I'm not going to sit here and justify the most illogical defensive or the most illogical sporting scheme in the world. I'm not going to sit here and do it. I'm tired of it. Literally, Justin Herbert threw for 440 yards on my dome because of Prevent Defense. And the Giants quite literally lost the game because of it. Crazy fact number 2, Justin Fields has the same amount of INTs as he does wins. Look it up, it's insane. He took the same amount of sacks during the London game or Britain game as he had completions, which is 9. Insane. I'm not sure what's crazier, having such little completions or having so many sacks. And then, honestly, this isn't really a crazy fact. It's just kind of funny. Gary told me I offered him Jake Ferguson, the number 1 tight end in the NFL, for I don't even remember. But it was honestly fair, and he said it was fair. But he said, and I quote, "I want to play the long game." Okay, Jenny McCarthy, I want to play the long game with my tight end. So he picks up Chiga Konwu. What? Who would voluntarily play Chiga Konwu with Cam Ward at quarterback, playing against a decent defense? It was nuts, an insane strategy, and it paid off to the tune of 0 points. 0 points. Gary lost by less than the points that Jake Ferguson had. Had he taken that trade, he wins. He's above me in the standings, and he's got a beeline toward the bye week. The key to success is in your inbox, boys. I'm just sitting here trying to help you. Cheese, Gary. Cheese, whenever you have your first child, or when you have that child, are you just going to sit it off to the side and expect it to grow and be great? No, you have to nourish it, take care of it, right? Not sure you're going to do that from a softball field, but you can't do that same thing with fantasy. You can't spend the time to draft a team and then not put the TLC, tender love and care, Gary, that into it and expect good results. It's not going to happen. Next, the most pathetic team performance is the Eagles. The only success that team has is the tush push. The team plays with more buttholes than Freddie Mercury did in the 80s. And honestly, if they ban the tush push, Jalen Hurts will be selling insurance. The Falcons. I haven't quite figured out if the Falcons are any good yet at football. I want to err on the side of precaution and say they are warm cheeks. But honestly, some days they look like a very competitive and complete football team. And other days they look like the 2025 Baltimore Ravens. And I'm honestly starting to think that Michael Penix's do-rag is so tight. It's kind of bringing his critical thinking to Tua Tagovailoa's level. The Bucs. Baker Mayfield's campaign lasted less time than Joe Biden's cognitive train of thought. It was just nasty work what the Detroit Lions did to them on national television. Like I said, I'm not even going to touch on the Giants much more, but they are in my list here. The Giants, the prevent defense, and I just don't understand. I just don't understand. But I really don't like to be mean to the Giants because Scat Pack is Pookie. I mean, he's going to have the most illustrious 4-year career of all time. The Dolphins, and honestly Tua, my man reads defenses about as well as Floyd Mayweather reads Cat in the Hat books. He literally might actually have a visual impairment. What are you throwing at? I mean, JFK would still be alive if Tua was the shooter at this point. Like, it's crazy, man. The Steelers. The geriatric Super Bowl lived up to the expectations. Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdown passes in honor of the 4 championship games he's lost. and then two most pathetic fantasy teams. Then we'll jump into my power rankings, and that's going to be it. Cheese, honestly. This is honestly just becoming a segment just for Cheese. My man's launched into orbit. I mean, he's got to be lonely up there at this point. No Taylor Swift's Bible on being lonely. And I hate to do it because I like him. Clay, I mean, Dak and Lamb combined for half his points this week, and it's getting kind of hard to watch. Connor Grammys on being hard to watch. I kind of feel for the guy because he has had, a lot of injuries, but I mean, honestly, it's just kind of tough to watch at this point. Power rankings. What can I say? It is time. Power rankings. Scoggins, the exceptional earthling. I can't even say my man he's 99% earthbound. I will go ahead and say he's 100% earthbound. Number 1, he's done nothing to lose that spot. Trash bag coming in at number 2. What can I say? AKA the Calder Slayer. I see Calder on my schedule. I assume it's a bye week. Number 3, Gary, the bland burrito. No kings or tight ends for Gary. I got to put my phone down just a little bit because I don't want cops thinking they can assault my vibe here. Number 4, this is where it got a little muddy because there were some similar records. I got to throw Calder in there because I think there's a little bit less confusion with Evan as far as the QB situation is concerned. Kudos to Lamar Jackson's hamstring looking like, an overcooked hot dog. And I honestly think we might shelf him before it's all said and done. But hopefully we don't. But like I said, there's a little bit of confusion for that, so that's why I have Calder, a.k.a. the everlasting extraterrestrial at number 4. Evan, a.k.a. the Taylor Glazer. Taylor's carrying him harder than Lizzo carries McDonald's stock. The fact that he's literally putting up 30 burgers every week, kudos to him for drafting him. Number 6, Skeet, the perpetual pilot. Injuries and just the overall bad roster has earned him this spot. Alex, a.k.a. the Milky Way down the standings, coming in at number 7. Galt, a.k.a. to Infinity and Bijan, a.k.a. to Space and Bijan, coming in at number 8. Clay, a.k.a. Rush Hour to Space. And honestly, this is honestly sad because there's a mix between anti and a lack of depth. And when you have those two, it's almost a perfect recipe for a space exploration. I mean, without depth, anti can ravish you. And RJ Harvey, a.k.a. my baby daddy, he hasn't really panned out, unfortunately. So, not really a good hit for me and Clay with him. We were D1 Glazers of him this offseason. But, and finally, Cheese, a.k.a. the Celestial Comet. Cheese is like a speed bump, right? You see him coming and you have to pay it a little bit of attention, but it really shouldn't slow you down and you should just run right over it. And real quick, let me jump into this and we're going to wrap it up. Next week's, battles. I'm going to give a dual, what is it called? Wage. A dual, what is it called here? A match of the week. Okay. I say that because, Skeet, Calder and Evan play each other. I believe both are 4-3. And then Alex and Galt play each other. Both are 4-3 or 3-4. Both have huge implications because going to 5-3 and 3-5 is a huge difference in the, grand scheme of our extraterrestrial adventure, right? 5-3. If you can become 5-3, maybe get one more, you're probably not going to space. So you win that game this week, maybe get you one, maybe two more, you're probably good. But yeah, I'm going to deem Alex and Galt match of the week, and then the co-match of the week, 1B, is going to be Evan and Calder. But next you have Andrew and Cheese. Honestly, I'll probably be the one that loses to Cheese. He's 0-7, hasn't won a game in 389 days. No, 390. And then you have Skeet and Scoggins. That should actually be a decent matchup. Then you have Clay and Gary. But that's about it, boys. I'm gonna keep it under 20 minutes today. But that's all I got. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I hope you to subscribe to the channel. this is what we'll do moving forward. But that's all I got. You're all pathetic, and you should all be ashamed of yourself. Scoggins, cut out this next part, but standings. And Clay, good job. You somehow ducked Low Man, but trash bag out. You're all terrible. Peace!